What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here from Datadash, and hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are, because in today's review, I want to spend some time to talk about an emerging trend in the crypto space that has continued to get traction over the past couple of months, titled Watch2Earn, but more specifically focus in on a cryptocurrency project that's been leading forward in this new potential emerging trend in the crypto sector. Today, we're talking about none other than XCAD Network. Now, for those of you who have possibly heard about XCAD Network, you may recall that we did a review back a couple weeks ago here on the Datadash channel. And for those of you who might have missed that review, I highly recommend you guys check out the link down below in the description so you can get a bit of a primer as to what XCAD Network is and how this concept of Watch2Earn really works, as well as some of the basic details around the project. But since then, I've had a lot of people reach out to me to potentially do a follow-up review and also dive a little bit deeper into XCAD, as well as some of the developments around it and the native play token, which is what you earn when you actually watch content. Now, if you guys are interested in this, we're going to be diving into all these topics and more throughout the review, but I just want to give those of you out there a brief primer, again, to understand how XCAD Network has gotten here. XCAD Network has been around the block for some time in the crypto space, and even before the Watch2Earn trend, they had garnered a lot of support from people like KSI and Mr. Beast, some massive YouTubers as early stage investors in the project, off of their original concept of fan tokens. It's something we'll likely cover at a later date on the platform, but generally speaking, I want to talk a little bit about this concept of Watch2Earn and the play area within the XCAD Network extension to give you guys a primer on some of the new updates around the project. Now, some of you may recall in the prior review how we demonstrated how earning within the XCAD network actually works. After getting the XCAD browser extension and also minting our first Rare Nerd NFT, we were able to go out and start watching upwards of 5 videos per day to maximize our potential earnings while watching content. And I was already watching content creators like Caleb City and 3Blue1Brown, which are content creators I already would be likely watching on my channel normally. But beyond all of that, I was able to earn upwards of $45 worth of play tokens in my first day. And the really cool thing about this is if you think over a weekly time frame, that's upwards of $300 that you could be earning while simply watching content that you may already be watching. So you can start to see here how after minting your first NFT, you can start to, as time progresses, not only pay down the original cost of the NFT, but also start to make some serious earnings on top of it. Plus, you're supporting a lot of great content creators out there with higher retention on their content, which helps to boost them in the YouTube algorithm. However, since our last review, XCAD Network has rolled out even more features to further optimize your earnings potential within the platform. They have the new class of Nerd NFTs, the Legendary class, that allows you to earn upwards of $150 per day in play tokens. But outside of that as well, they also offer you the ability to purchase the Season Pass, which will further allow you to earn even more on the content you're watching. And they offer an XP system that's been integrated recently to further optimize your nerd by completing certain challenges and watching specific videos, giving you a chance to add value to your NFT itself. There's all kinds of different things, such as the Nerd Battle Arena and all these different kind of features that make your NFT worth so much more than just being a profile picture like so many NFT collections. And everything kind of works together as an ecosystem to essentially allow you to earn while watching content. However, most importantly above all, if you're looking to earn while watching content in the XCAD Network extension, it's important to understand that the rareability of the NFT is going to be the biggest determining factor on your earnings potential. There are many different types of degrees of rareability. There's a common NFT, rare NFTs, and also legendary NFTs. But there are also other ways where you can potentially have the opportunity to earn a rare NFT at a lower cost using mystery boxes. So this is again where some of the gamification comes in. And at the end of the day here, it depends if you want to take that risk when getting the NFT, but it allows for a lower cost entry and for a chance to potentially get that rare NFT for your collection of NFTs to start earning. And you can also run many NFTs at the same time, but I recommend getting started with one and seeing whether or not you like the experience, and then later on you can make that decision for yourself to continue running multiple NFTs. But speaking about earnings potential and the varying degrees of rareability of each NFT, I thought I'd go ahead and demonstrate quickly how to set up the XCAD Network extension in your browser, but outside of that as well, how to mint your first NFT. Today we're going to be minting a legendary one, the highest tier available available within the XCAD play area. And outside of that as well, we're going to be spending some time to showcase how we actually begin earning while watching content. So the first thing we're going to do here is go and click the download button at xcadnetwork.com in the top right hand corner. From there, we're going to complete the first step, which is to download the extension, either from the Chrome Web Store, the Play Store, or iOS. If you're on mobile, depending on Android or iOS, these are going to be the best links for you. But in this case, we use our computer here. So we're going to go ahead and go to the Chrome Web Store and click Add to Brave, add the extension. Now, in order to make sure we can easily access the XCAD Network extension, we're going to go ahead and click on the puzzle icon or the extensions icon and click on the pin icon next to the XCAD Network extension. That way, we'll be easily able to access XCAD when we use our browser. Now, from here, we can go ahead and also sign up for an account. This is where you'll need to provide an email, username, and a password. However, the sign up is relatively intuitive, and I already have an account to log into, so I'm going to go ahead and do just that. So now that we have the extension installed and we're logged into our account, we're going to go ahead and click on the play area icon on the bottom part of the extension. And from there, we're going to go ahead and click the button to pick a box. This is going to allow us to mint our very first nerd NFT so that we can actually start earning while watching various YouTube content creators. Now, it's important to note that there are a couple different types of boxes you can mint. If you're looking to mint a specific rarity, you can always do the starter NFT, which will have a lower cost entry, but also won't give us as much earning potential. But we can also do some of the smaller ones like the basic or common rarity. There's also mystery boxes like the lucky box or mystery box, which will give you a certain chance of getting either a lower or higher tier nerd at a lower cost. And outside of that as well, there's also minting rare nerd NFTs and also the legendary nerd NFT. Today, we're going to go big and go ahead and mint the legendary NFT. But again, you can always check out some of these different boxes, which will either allow you to get a rare legendary NFT or a common rare NFT at a much lower cost entry. So I'm going to go ahead, click on prepare box, calculate transaction fee, and I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. Now, it's important to note that you might have had to grant permission in order to do this, as we are utilizing the Binance Smart Chain underneath. So we're going to go ahead and click calculate transaction fee and click open now, which is going to sign a separate transaction on chain. And just like that, the minting of our new NFT is complete. Let's go ahead and check what stats we got for our nerd NFT in order to begin earning. All right, it seems like my nerd NFT has minted. As you can see, it's a legendary nerd NFT. And along with that as well, it's got various different stats. In this case, I have the max level for luck, but I have okay stats here for speed, stamina, and reputation. All these different attributes are going to impact your earnings potential and allow you to earn additional XP and generally be able to earn more when you watch. So again, there are some gamified aspects here. But let's go ahead and start watching some content and see how much we can earn within a day. Now that I have my nerd NFT equipped, I can continue watching content creators I already really enjoy, like Caleb City. As you can see in the top right hand corner, you should receive a notification if your view is being counted, and you have to watch at a minimum 80% of the video in order to receive the actual play tokens for your viewership. Alrighty, so taking a look at our earnings from just one day of watching the 5 maximum videos in which we can earn on during a day, we were able to earn 1.95 thousand play tokens with our legendary NFT, which currently sits at a market value of around $67.57, which I gotta say is a pretty good amount of crypto to earn from just watching 5 videos in a single day. However, to be fair here, it is important to note the upfront cost, similar to Axie Infinity. When you want to buy an Axie in this case and play in the ecosystem, you need to consider the upfront cost, to be fair. So if we take a look at that initial cost and what we earned here within a single day, assuming that we're going to make around those same returns, it take about 100 days to get back to break even on the initial investment, and then from there on out continue earning play tokens. And that's a pretty sweet deal here if you're focusing on the long term. But outside of that as well, it is important to note here that when you purchase a nerd NFT, you don't have to actually go out and mint nerd NFTs all the time. And in fact, there's an auction market where some people may choose to buy nerd NFTs that already exist in the market due to having certain traits, or simply maybe being able to get those nerds at a discount versus the mystery boxes. So again, this is an important thing to understand, that not only can you continue to earn on it, but if you wanted to switch to another nerd NFT or entirely move out from the play area, you can always put your nerd up for auction as well. So it's important to understand those dynamics, as well as the fact that the play token itself can fluctuate. The play token can sometimes go higher, so that repay rate, getting back to break even, could be something as short as 60 to 70 days sometimes. And it does vary depending on the grade or rarity of the nerd NFT that you actually minted or purchased. But nonetheless, this gives us a good visual representation of just how much we can earn with, say, a legendary NFT within the XCAD network extension in the play area. Now, before we go any further into the review, it's important to note that if you've made it this far and you still haven't seen the prior review, I definitely recommend you guys check it out at the link down below in the description before progressing any further, because we're going to be spending some time now to talk about the core token of the XCAD network, the XCAD token. And I want to spend some time to talk about some of the utilities and how it plays a role in the ecosystem, but it's important you understand those fundamental things about how to get started with an XCAD and understand how generally the Watch2Earn concept plays in action when it comes to the XCAD network extension. But nonetheless, if you've already watched that, I definitely want to spend some time here to talk about the fundamentals around the XCAD network token. Now, generally speaking, not only has the XCAD network token held up relatively well comparative to many other crypto assets, especially considering that we're in a bear market, but outside of that as well, it's one of the few plays in this industry focused on the concept of Watch2Earn. So there isn't too much competition here. It's one of the few bets that you have in the market if you want to be long on this trend. But outside of that as well, it's important to understand fundamentally here that XCAD network is not just some, dime a dozen governance token here. Essentially speaking, as more people participate within the XCAD network, there is a utility function with these tokens in order to mint NFTs, in order to do repairs on your NFTs, which are important in order to continue making the same earning potential, and also a whole range of other features and services within the XCAD network ecosystem, not to mention the core original focus of fan tokens. So while it had this original focus on fan tokens, it's also essential to utilize the XCAD token for many activities within the XCAD network as an ecosystem. And because of that, this has led the currency to go through a pretty high degree of deflation rather than inflation. So whereas so many networks are proof of stake cryptocurrencies and having an increase in the circulating supply, in this case, XCAD network is a deflationary asset. Originally, there was just a couple percentage points of the supply that were removed back a couple weeks or months ago, but that number has continued to accelerate to the upside here. And essentially speaking, as we've talked about in this channel before, at the end of the day, you need to have it where essentially there is a utility function to the token, it's utilized, and when being utilized, it continues to contract the supply. And we can see here that nearly right under 10% of the entire circulating supply has already been locked up, mainly due to minting of nerds or various boosts like the season pass or repairs on your nerd NFT. So this is again something to consider here. The token economics here are definitely signaling that they're focused on deflation, but outside of that as well, that we're seeing it within the price action here. And while at the end of the day, I want you guys to make your own decision here as to whether or not you feel that the project is bullish. We've definitely seen here that the price action has been moving up here, practically doubling from the lows here back in June. So I like to see these kind of projects that are signaling some kind of strength within the price action and demonstrating that the token metrics or token economics are at least working here, even during a pretty contractionary environment in the crypto ecosystem as a whole. Now, I want to go ahead and close things off by giving you guys my overall summary on Watch2Earn as a concept and the XCAD network. Now, I want to start by being abundantly clear that this is a new trend in the space, and like all crypto projects, it will come with its associated risks. But I think for me personally, I'm quite excited to see how Watch2Earn is starting to gain a lot of traction. I've been hearing more people talk about it on Twitter and in the broader crypto ecosystem. I had a lot of people following up with me that they've been participating with the XCAD network plugin and have purchased their own nerd NFTs and started to earn while utilizing the platform. And I think generally speaking, seeing as how far the overall play to earn trend did in the last bull market, I think at a minimum we can't ignore that this is a continued growing trend in the crypto space, and it should be something that we keep on our radar. Now, I want to make a few things clear here. If you guys are interested to get involved in the XCAD network ecosystem, you can check out the pinned comment down below in the description by registering for an account and getting your first nerd so you can start watching up to 5 videos per day, earning income while you watch content creators. But outside of that as well, if you guys are interested to find a way where you can get involved and you don't have to make the upfront investment of getting a nerd NFT, you can always utilize the referral system. For example, if you refer someone onto the platform and they mint a rare nerd NFT, you can earn upwards of $100 simply from that referral. So this is definitely one of the better referral models I've seen in the crypto space right now versus the traditional exchanges or other crypto platforms. So it's definitely something to consider. But that's it for today's video, guys. If you happen to enjoy this video, consider dropping a like, definitely do your own due diligence, and find out whether or not the project is right for you. That's going to be it for today's video, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.